Guys, today I'm responding to a question from a gentleman named Artur. Hopefully I'm saying that right. He messaged me a little bit ago and asked, James, if you could go back in time, knowing what you know now, knowing how your experiences turned out in Japan, would you do it again? Probably spent so much money, so much time away from loved ones, family, friends, etc. Missed Christmases, birthdays, etc. Would you go back and do it again, knowing what you know now? And my answer is 100,000%. Moving to Japan was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I want to be clear, it doesn't mean that you have to move to Japan. It doesn't mean that moving somewhere is the answer for everybody. It wasn't even about Japan itself, but making the change that I made was exactly the answer that I needed. I had spent so many years, I've talked about this multiple times on my channel, I had spent so many years doing kind of the same shit, feeling like I didn't want to go to college. I hated college. I was so good at school, like really I was a great student. Things just naturally came easy to me, but I hated it so much. And I remember thinking when I was 18, like, are you fucking kidding me? I gotta go to college? Like, this shit sucks. I don't want to do this. You know, like, I don't know what I want to do, but I definitely don't want to go to college. Definitely don't want to work in an office for the rest of my life. But still, I went to community college for 2 years just to get it out of the way. So then when I figured out what I really wanted to do, I could go and not waste money on a major that I didn't care about. Then, years went by, played in a band, did a bunch of different shit around Chicagoland area. I was serving tables, working in restaurants, working at bars, saving up my money, thinking, man, one day I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna make a change, I'm gonna do something with this money. I don't know what it's gonna be now, but one day I'll figure it out. And I spent years and years and years saving up this money, and I never figured out exactly what I really, really wanted to do, what would get that fire burning inside of me, that passion oozing out of my pores. Never figured it out, and one day I just decided, man, I've got all this money saved up. I'm gonna make an insane change. I don't know exactly what that change is gonna be, but I'm gonna make a change, and I'm going to change my life, and it's going to lead me to discover more about myself and discover what I actually want to do with my time, what I want to do with the rest of my life. Because, you know, it wasn't coming to me doing the same shit, living in the same place every single year, spending my time around the same people. One thing led to another. Met some people in Japan, learned a bit of Japanese through random friends, etc. Things were looking like, man, you know what, maybe I'll just move to Japan. I know that sounds crazy, but maybe I'll just do it. I did it. Didn't know what was going to come out of it at first. For the first year, I remember thinking, I'm just going to go there for a year, and I'm going to just try a bunch of different shit. Maybe I'll get into like trying some English teaching. Maybe I'll just go to school. Maybe I'll just meet people. Maybe I'll move around Japan, travel a lot. I don't know what it's going to be, but something, like if I don't figure out what I really enjoy, if I don't learn more about myself in this year of just doing all types of random shit in a totally different area of the world, I don't know what. Like nothing else, like then I guess I am doomed to just working like a desk job or being a server for the rest of my life. But I went out there, I made this crazy ass change, and I was like, I'm just gonna try shit. I went out there, I was in language school, and then as soon as I got in language school and I just spent a little bit of time in Japan, I was like, I love this is awesome. I want to continue to spend more time than just 1 year here. So I got a job basically teaching English, working with kids. Then I got a job working in a ramen restaurant. Then I got a job working in a Japanese restaurant in the kitchen. Made so many different friends from all over the world. Europe, England, Australia, Germany. Where else? Africa, friends from Africa. Vietnam, India. Getting a crazy worldview. Interacting with people from all over the world. Understanding what makes them tick. Learning about what made these people come to Japan, make some type of different crazy change in their life. Started to realize what I missed about America, what I didn't appreciate about America when I was here. And dude, I just tried so many different things in my first couple years in Japan, dude. I've only been there for 3 years now. But I got into modeling, I did some voice acting, things that I never thought I would do. I did some acting, I was in a movie. Crazy experience, and now I'm getting more acting opportunities because of that. I just had another audition before I came back to the States, and I actually got that audition. They hired me, but long story short, things didn't work out because I came back to the States. They said they didn't know when they were gonna film, that I was in the States, and they're like, oh, sorry, we're actually gonna film while you're in the States. Sorry, we need to get the second guy or whatever. But I did, just for the record, I did get the part. Got into acting, I thought I didn't want kids before I moved to Japan. I was like, fucking kids? Like, are you kidding me? I don't even know what I want to do with my life, let alone know how I want to raise somebody else, or like, how am I going to provide for them? Then I went to Japan. Somebody was like, hey, we have a job here, an opening at this international school working with kids. I was like, that sounds like something I would never do. But something inside of me was just like, you know what, just try it. Why not? Couldn't hurt to just try for a couple weeks. If you don't like it, you can quit. You can say, sorry, thank you, but I'm going to try something else. I went there. I was working with kids for 2 whole years, and I loved it. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And I decided, dude, I need kids. I don't even just want kids. I need kids. Oh my gosh. Which is maybe the biggest change that's happened to me since I went to Japan. Like, I never thought I would have kids, and now, like, all the time I'm thinking, man, I can't wait until I have a family, until I got some little gremlins running around, dude. I'm gonna be a badass dad. I can't even wait for that. Like I said, I got into the modeling thing, I got into the acting, I leveled up my Japanese skills like crazy, working in restaurants, serving people ramen. Like, what a crazy experience that was. I learned Japanese to the extent that I'm confident that I could use it in my business career now, and which leads me to talking about college. I never thought I'd go back to college either, dude. I hate school, man. I hate college. But I actually found something that interests me. And it's not my dream necessarily, but I did find something that interests me enough to where I feel happy finishing school, and I don't completely hate it when I am in Japan. So I'm a college student in Japan now. Found something that before, if you would have asked me, do you want to do this, I would have thought, hell no. But after getting around, seeing the world, learning more a little bit about life and careers and different vocations, I was like, you know what, this might not be so bad. So now I'm in college, about to graduate soon. I have a beautiful, wonderful girlfriend. Obviously, I could have had a girlfriend in the States as well, but I think if I would have stayed in the States and not changed anything about myself, I was kind of stubborn in thinking that I knew everything about myself. I was thinking that I was already the best man that I could be while I was living in the States, which totally wasn't true. And I got really humbled when I went out to Japan. I was like, shit, there's so much more that I have to learn, that I can improve myself, that I can improve on myself. And long story short, went through a whole phase of realizing, like, dude, I don't know how to date. I don't know how to meet girls. I don't know how to do A, B, or C. Went through my fuckboy phase, figured all that shit out, and now I'm a man of, I don't know if I'm gonna say a man of God, but I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman, and I used those skills, that dating knowledge that I had, to find a top tier woman. I have an incredible girlfriend. Like, what else, man? I mean, I've made so many friends from all over the world. I speak Japanese. Like I said, I can use that in my career. I was just working at this restaurant the other day where I'm visiting Chicago right now. Picked up a few shifts at my old restaurant job. And this guy basically learned that I spoke Japanese. And he was like, oh my gosh, if you were living in the States, I would hire you right now because I need people that speak Japanese because we do a lot of work with Japan. And so that was badass. I mean, really, I'm not exaggerating when I say the best decision I ever made was moving to Japan. And I understand how that could sound just like a cope, because it's like, shit, I spent so much time away and money moving to Japan, and then obviously if I were to say that it was a bad idea, it would be really kind of embarrassing. But no, seriously, it was the best thing that I ever did. I have purpose now. I enjoy the fuck out of my life. I'm doing all types of cool, crazy shit that I never thought I would be doing. Guys, I remember being young and thinking like, okay, this person moved to a different country. This person has this crazy job. This person has some type of like multicultural family. And I don't know how they got there like that, but they were just destined to be like that. They were just born into that, whatever. Like, no, like, I'm just a normal guy. I can't ever do anything like that. I didn't have that set up for me. And then I saved up my money. I grinded, and I was just like, you know, like, why not? Why can't I be that guy too? Why can't I do the same shit as those people? Packed up my shit, went to Japan, and now I have a genuinely crazy life, guys. 900 times out of 900, I would go back and move to Japan again. It was the best decision that I've ever made. I don't know when I'm coming back to America for good, but I'm definitely going to be living in Japan for the next year or so. I love it out there, and I'm also definitely going to be moving back to America. It doesn't mean that I hate Japan, but let's put it this way, it's fun while I'm young. It's fun while I don't need to be as powerful as I can be, but just as a foreigner, especially in my position, living in Japan long term, I don't have as many privileges, and I can't be, let's say, as powerful as I could be as if I was living in the States. And if I'm gonna be a dad, if I'm gonna be a husband, I want to be as powerful as absolutely possible. And guys, imagine me having a family and trying to like get an apartment or a place for my family, and left and right apartment complexes are turning me down just because I'm a foreigner. Like, oh no, you can't take your family here, we don't work with foreigners. Could you imagine that shit? Yeah, that's not gonna be me. So I'm gonna be back in America at some point when I do settle down, being as powerful as possible. But I would 100% move to Japan again, guys. Best decision I've ever made. Like I said, it wasn't even about Japan. Japan was what it happened to be for me. It worked out. I'm sure I could have had similar experiences going to other countries as well. Japan's probably not for you, maybe not for you. I'm not saying you need to move to Japan, but if there's some type of change that you feel like you should make, if there is some type of change that you feel like would benefit you in an incredible way, you can take it. You don't need to be born into anything. You don't need your parents to arrange it for you. You can do whatever the fuck you want in this life. It's up to you. Guys, let's get it. Let's do it. Change your life, man. Stop waiting around. Stop complaining about shit. Grab the wheel. Stop complaining about circumstances that you were born into. Grab your fucking balls and turn your shit around. All right, this is Young James, guys. If you want to purchase an Ultra Human ring, check out the description, guys. 10% off, and you're gonna help out your boy a little bit as well. If you guys want to donate $5 to the Ko-fi, you will also get a link to join my Discord, y'all. All right, gonna be back in Japan soon. Peace out. Thanks for watching.